This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Kickstart summer at Lowe's with Memorial Day savings on major appliances like the Smart Whirlpool Top Load Washer, featuring the 2-in-1 removable agitator in a color you'll only find at Lowe's. Take it out for bulky items, leave it in for a more thorough clean. You can customize any load, plus skip steps with the Load and Go dispenser. Simply add detergent once and skip the refills. Memorial Day savings start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
KISW, the Rock of Seattle, celebrating 50 years doing what we're doing, and we've got the gear for you as well, man.
You need a hat. Oh, it's starting to get a little chilly now. Finally, beanies do make sense. We've got a beanie for you.
All righty. It's time.
And the light hoodie, too? Yeah.
The light zip hoodies are still workable. They're still workable for you. And, of course, lots of other 50th anniversary merchandise. You've got that gold rock logo emblazoned on all of it, and it is celebrating the big 5-0 for us. If you want more info, you want to get one, you know where to go, KISW.com.
Let's play B-Mix. It's time to play the game. Yeah. So everybody scream his name. B-Mix, don't be a loser. Whoa, B-Mix, you're a loser.
It is time to B-Mix. It's time to pump it up from under.
It up. Yeah, the first Monday of fall. How about that?
Yeah, and it looks like it outside.
It's so fall.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so much rain everywhere. I hope you like the gloomy stuff because that's about what's going to happen until March.
Fine.
Wow. Okay.
I'm just putting a little doom and gloom in your step for this good old Monday.
I meant, wow, like you thought March was going to be the end of it.
Oh, right. That's optimistic. Let's get to our contestant today. We got Rob in Spanaway. Rob, are you there?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, look at that. He's pumped up.
Oh, yes.
All right, Steve, get out of here.
Holy moly.
For those playing at home, Rob will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Rob, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's hit it.
What was banned in Mississippi in 1907 that didn't become legal there again until 1966?
Booze.
Yes. What is a group of witches called?
Coven.
Yes. On TV, Melissa Joan Hart played a witch named what?
Tabitha.
Oh, what is up with this? Well, good for you, Rob.
I'll play.
Okay, then there we go. On TV, Melissa Joan Hart played a witch named... Yes. The first episode of South Park aired in what late 90s year?
99?
No.
98?
No.
97?
Yes. What does the first D in the storage format DVD stand for?
Disc?
No.
Then I don't know. Pass.
Into how many numbered sections is a dartboard divided?
Ooh. 10?
No.
12?
No.
16.
No. In 1981, United Artists was sold to which production company?
Oh, pass.
What year in the late 80s did Billy Joel release We Didn't Start the Fire?
89?
Yeah! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5! Vicky and Potty Mouth Rob get 5 correct.
All the potty mouths today.
And can we just, stop swearing, people?
Potty mouth.
Gosh! People are very excited to play this game, but that excitement should not translate to dropping the S-bomb or the F-bomb. We cannot get through a game on Pump It Up Monday.
I blame Tom Brady, man.
Yeah.
He's dropping awful curse words yesterday during the game.
Yeah.
Such a
he
bad
was.
role model.
Yep.
I mean, he used the lollipop sucker word.
Yeah, he did.
Well, Steve, Rob did swear, but Vicky jumped in, so it's not a total gimme here.
Okay.
So you got to bring it. Are you ready?
Oh, yes.
What was banned in Mississippi in 1907 that didn't become legal there again until 1966?
Alcohol.
Yes.
Nice.
What is a group of witches called?
Bitches.
No.
A gaggle?
No. A gaggle of witches.
Oh, man. Coven?
Yes.
I almost said covenant. Yes.
On TV, Melissa Joan Hart played a witch named what?
Oh, Sabrina.
Yes.
The teenage witch.
The first episode of South Park aired in what late 90s year?
98.
No.
99.
No.
97.
Yes. What does the first D in the storage format DVD stand for? It's not
I
that.
think you got that one right. Digital.
Yes. Into how many numbered sections is a dartboard divided?
4?
No.
3.
No.
5.
No. In 1981, United Artists was sold to which production company?
MGM?
Yes. In what year of the late 80s did Billy Joel release We Didn't Start the Fire?
89?
Yes. What is Napoleon Dynamite's best friend's name?
Pedro.
Yes.
Yes.
Which inventor was nicknamed the Wizard of Menlo Park?
Thomas Edison.
Yes. And Steve, you win Dolly Parton style 9 to 5.
Boom. Oh, yeah.
Wow. Very good. You are.
That's all good.
Well, it doesn't help when your opponent says a bad word.
I don't care. I won.
All that matters.
And Vicky did not get the D in DVD.
What?
No, she had no idea what the
What'd
first.
you guess?
I guess disc, because I figured that was the last one. but-
Disc.
Yeah. It's digital something disc. I don't remember.
You
what
wouldn't
it
even
is.
guess digital?
I was trying to get to the next question. I panicked.
Yeah.
I was like, if I don't
Fair.
know it right away,
Good
I got to get
answer.
to the next one.
Fair.
It's a digital video data. I don't know what that last D would be.
Disc.
It's disc. Yeah.
Oh, it is disc.
Yeah.
Never mind. I thought we said disc wasn't one of the words. Okay.
Daddy.
It's digital versatile disc.
So Vicky, you almost had it.
Digital
If
versatile.
we were going backwards. If you were Yoda, you could have said you had it.
but not.
Disc it is.
The only one that you got wrong was into how many numbered sections is a dartboard divided?
6.
No. It's
It's a lot more than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 21.
No.
Oh,
20?
never mind.
It's 20. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
so close.
There's 20,
BJ.
and then the bullseye doesn't have a number on it. You just have to
Oh,
know
that's
that
where-
it's the points.
That's where I got the 21. I thought that would be the 21th. So isn't that not counted as a space, though? Isn't that
It's
an
not a
area?
numbered section.
Oh, you're right. It's not a numbered section.
I was like picturing sections being like
All
each
right.
ring.
Oh, no.
So
Yeah,
it's like three, like there's like the outer ring, the middle ring, the close ring, and then the bullseye ring.
Oh, no.
And then, of course,
okay, I see where you're going with that.
the Lord of the Ring.
Yes.
All right.
And then the
Yeah.
ring that's shaped like a C. No,
Okay.
kidding.
Well, on that note, congratulations, Steve, on your win.
My bad.
Good job, Stevie. There's a chat on Reddit where people were asking, okay, what do you consider a huge waste of money?
Oh,
And,
light bulbs.
Light bulbs.
That's not a waste of money.
It is.
No, wait, don't you need them? You use them.
They overcharge. That's what
All
I
right.
mean.
Oh, well, that's different.
Well,
this
yeah,
is
I know
about
you
what
like
you
them.
waste your money on, not what you get gouged for.
Okay,
that you
fair.
need.
But I feel like they are a waste of money.
Well, I waste my money on these smart light bulbs. I love those things.
Mortgage.
Okay. I feel like we're really not getting the spirit of this topic.
Fine.
It's stuff that you go, why am I buying this? I don't need this.
Name brands.
Your clothes, designer clothing for kids is on the top of the list.
Why would you waste money on that? They grow out of it so fast.
Dude, because it looks cute.
Oh, fine.
You see something at Target and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to see my child in this, and she wears it twice, and then you're sending it to Goodwill or to whatever friend you have that has a kid on the way.
Hey, Target's
Yeah.
not that bad.
It's not.
Target's is like $6 for a pair of pants for Lily, whereas like I know like her grandma has bought her like $70 jeans when she's like was like 5, and I'm like, why?
had some,
She
like-
plays in the dirt.
Yeah, we have some like really nice people buy us like some nice shoes, like Doc Martens and like some Nikes, and they're adorable in them. But then it's like within a couple months don't fit, and then you're like, well, now I got to get them again because she looks so adorable in them. But it's just a slippery slope.
That's actually
man.
my dad. He
wow.
keeps buying the Nikes at the outlet store because
Yep.
it's not too far from us. For my little brother, he's had the same pair like 5 times already.
Yeah, name brand or expensive children's clothes is a gigantic waste of money. I know it's oddly specific, and it's probably not on your list, but
yeah, well, it is. It's designer clothes for kids, right? Yeah. And also more about babies, baby toys on the list.
Yeah, there's certain toys where I'm like, dude, she had more fun playing with the box than the actual toy.
Exactly. Yeah,
it's a crapshoot, though. You don't know. You think they're going to dig it.
That doesn't change either. Like, for the next 10 years, it's all going to be, like, about the box.
Why don't we ever know that? Like, I feel like that's something my generation knew, and now you've got your generation, and Danny, you, and I don't. How come we don't pass that along to you? I feel like we should.
Dude, it's brought up for years, and you hear it, and people joke about it, and you don't think about it because you don't have a kid, and then when you have a kid, you just completely let all logic go out the window.
Or sometimes the toys are really just for you because you think it's cool. Like, I'm going to play with this with him. And then he just cares for the box, or he finds a box of my old toys that are covered in spider webs and dirt, and he thinks they're the greatest thing in the world.
I mean, I did push to get the Bluey stuffed doll and the Bingo stuffed doll, and thankfully, though, like, Tim's obsessed with them.
Worth it.
Nice.
So, like, she goes everywhere with them now.
At least, yeah, that works. But, yeah, it's some of those baby toys we got, too, we're like, why did we do this? Steve, you're also on the list again for this, I'm afraid.
Light bulbs.
Pet toys. Oh, no, not light bulbs, sorry.
Pet toys, dude. We finally hit the, like, we don't do it as much. I used to, every time I go to the pet store, I would see another toy and I'd come home. My wife would always laugh at me. She's like, do we need all these? It's like, she has like 2 or 3 toys she likes to play with, and that's it.
Yep. Yeah. And but you know what? You get caught up in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially the seasonal ones, like when it's like, like a ghost stuffed toy.
Oh, you gotta have that.
A heart for Valentine's Day.
Gotta have that.
That's adorable.
We just got to have everything, don't we?
Yeah.
Now, this one here, Steve, maybe your light bulb answer is not so bad with this one. Again, I don't think the people who answered this understood the idea. Laundromats, which who's using a laundromat that doesn't have to use a laundromat?
Yeah, the only time I had to is because I literally had to because our washing machine broke.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that that it costs a lot more to use a laundromat as opposed to if you just buy yourself a washing machine.
I don't even know what the going rate is these days to use a laundromat.
I think my parents, when they moved, they had to wash all their stuff again because it was all in storage. So all their blankets, all their sheets, all their clothes that was in storage kind of smelled musty. And instead of doing like a million loads at the house, they went to the laundromat. And it was a pretty penny, he said. Just for like a load or two, it was almost $10. Like, it shouldn't be that much.
Yeah, well, it is. Yeah. It is. And that's, but see, I don't think that is a waste of money since, you have to wash your clothes, and if you don't have a washer and dryer in your home,
you can go to the river with a board and just do it there.
Yeah. Oh, I had thought about that. Yeah,
okay. Go ahead and do that, pioneer man.
You live in Seattle, you just put it out in the rain.
Yeah.
Oh,
sure.
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, you know what? You guys have got these solutions. So, yeah, I feel like now I've wasted my money on my washer and dryer. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Streaming services. Because of the fact that folks did it because they said, well, I'm cutting the cord. And then with all the streaming services they have, it's pretty much like they didn't cut the cord.
Dude, I mean, it's like you need a different. I just paid for the Starz streaming service because they have that show Heels. That's a wrestling-based like drama.
Oh boy,
and it's like a really good show. Stephen Amell's in it, and a bunch of other really good actors. And it's about like an independent wrestling promotion in a small town and all that. But it's like not really about wrestling, more about the story. It's like Walking Dead, not really about zombies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this would be great. Like it's a show that we could watch together. I satisfy my need to see wrestling, and my wife likes dramatic shows. Well, she's not feeling the show at all.
Oh.
So I had to quickly unsubscribe. But for like a couple of months, I was like, oh, it's worth it. It's like $5 or $8 a month. We'll get through the season, then I'll cancel it. And then I realized I'm just wasting money for a show that I only like. So I had to get rid of it.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, Steve.
Happens to the best of us.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it is well, the good news is I suppose you could buy it on a lot of times like Apple or Prime will have it. Yeah. And you can buy it later, and at least all you're doing is just paying for the season.
But I realize like that's bad when you're buying a streaming service just for one show.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Right. I couldn't justify it. Like there was nothing else on the Starz app that was like, oh, well, it's worth it for all this.
Yeah. I mean, there's some good things on the Starz app, but not up your alley. Yeah. And that's the thing. A lot of folks don't realize that they have to really get a lot of subscriptions to make up for the cutting of the cable. They just don't realize, oh, wow, okay. And I don't believe anything else. Hey, you can get live TV over here, but there's always something where, well, we don't get all the live TV. And, we had a fight with this particular network, so now we can't carry their shows anymore. and you're just like, yeah, you know what? I don't think I'm going to cut anything.
Well, now it's just become like it's like cable, but now you have to you have to put more effort into it. Like cable is nice because it's just like, here, I'll give you this amount of money and you give me all these channels. Now it's like I got to spend all this money, similar amount, but I have to go and pick and choose all the channels. I don't have that kind of energy.
Oh yeah, you don't need that in your life.
But I think the cord cutting thing really was popular back when it was Netflix and pretty much Netflix only.
Yeah.
At that point, people were just like, yeah, for $12 a month, I get all these shows, I got all this, I got all that. I don't need cable, but those days are gone.
Oh, yeah. And also, you're going to miss out on everything else, though. I mean, Netflix isn't going to give you the football games and not going to give you, there's a lot of stuff it won't give you, but a lot of people were happy with that. But now they get you, Steve, the Disneys and the Paramount Pluses.
Oh, how about this text, though? Fireworks, giant waste of money, but totally worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just basically buying something, you're buying things to just blow up.
Yeah, you don't
literally
need
lighting money on fire.
Yes.
And you really don't need it if you go see a good fireworks show somewhere. But
or have really cool neighbors that do it themselves.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're in Tacoma.
Human beings want to blow stuff up themselves. It's really interesting. It's like, to me, it's a lot of work. It's like, why do I want to go light this up and maybe blow my hand off? I'll just go watch the show, which is going to have much better fireworks.
With you, not maybe, definitely blow your hand up.
Here's something that I think is really way over, like we spend way too much money on, and that's funerals.
Oh.
I mean, the casket itself, that business, wow. I mean, if you realize what's happening in that casket, you're like, why am I spending for all the Cadillac stuff? Because,
Right, I could have just used that cardboard box, is what you're trying to say.
You hate to
the box
say
that
it,
it
but
came in with.
Yeah,
The one that you played with when you were a kid. You just keep that one throughout your life and then you get buried in it.
Or tell the funeral home, like, hey, I know the Johnsons sadly lost someone in their family. Can you just grab the box that the casket came shipped in? And
that should do the trick, really.
It's probably tasteless.
Like the Old West.
See, I never think about that because fortunately, I've not had to be in a situation where I'm paying for the funeral costs, obviously. But I mean, as we get older, sadly, that's an inevitable thing, and it sucks.
Yeah, and I feel like, man, there's just a lot of waste of money in that. And then finally, somebody put printer ink, and I mean, again, Steve, it's kind of like your thing, though. It's like the printer ink is like light bulbs. It's like, well, you kind of. I mean, I guess I don't need a printer, but if I want to print stuff, where can I get cheap ink?
Yeah, but with the eyeball thing, like if I'm like, oh, I need light in my house, it's like I don't say, oh, I could go to work and just enjoy the light there. Whereas with the printer ink,
wait, you can't?
Oh, are you the reason why we get those emails, Steve? It's like the printer is only for work purposes only. Is that okay?
I love
I'm saying hypothetically.
I like that he's putting it on you as if he doesn't print and like laminate stuff here, have things laminated by someone at work.
I used to, not anymore. Bought my own laminator because I started feeling bad about it after the 100th time.
You own a laminator?
I sure do.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, listen, I was using the companies and I started feeling bad.
Yeah, you're probably the only person that was using that laminator here.
Right?
I know, yeah. And, well, let's be technical. I was not using it. Vicky was, for me.
If you feel bad, just buy the laminator, like plastic stuff. Don't buy the actual machine.
Well, yeah, but I mean, still, it's like I felt like even using the machine, if the machine broke, because they do get, I would feel bad if they decided they were, like everybody came back in the building and they were like, all right, the first thing they laminate blows up. And they're like, we don't understand. This was new when we left.
We have an all-staff meeting to talk about our laminator.
Yeah, I mean,
how are we supposed to put plastic over our paper?
Imagine though if they have that conversation and they go, all right, who's been using the laminator? And they know it's going to be one of us because we're the only ones in the building. Eventually, Vicky would probably be in a room with a big light on her head, and she'd be being grilled, and she'd break. She goes, look, I didn't mean to do it. I was told. I was ordered by a superior.
It's not like Vicky just made a Seattle Kraken license plate for Danny's little stroller thing that he's rolling around on.
Oh, all right.
With
well,
the laminator.
I would like the company to know that I now have my own laminator and I don't use your stuff
How great
no
is
more.
this, BJ? You see online, Kraken sell a license plate for like motorcycles or for bicycles, really. And instead of purchasing that, Vicky printed it and laminated it to make like the Wish.com version of that license plate.
If they made small enough ones for knee scooters, we totally get one for Danny, but I needed a smaller one.
Yeah, see that?
That's my excuse.
That's how Vicky does it. She's DIYing her way to savings.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. All right, it is time for Listeners on the Loose. This is where you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We got your calls, we got your texts. We'll take those at 917 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Kickstart summer at Lowe's with Memorial Day savings on major appliances like the smart Whirlpool top-load washer featuring the 2-in-1 removable agitator in a color you'll only find at Lowe's. Take it out for bulky items, leave it in for a more thorough clean. You can customize any load, plus skip steps with the Load and Go dispenser. Simply add detergent once and skip the refills. Memorial Day savings start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Whatever it is, man, you get a chance to talk about whatever you want to talk about. But Steve does have a rule.
It's a simple rule, BJ, and that's to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, you shall be gonged, and we'll have to say goodbye to you.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Ken in Seattle. Ken, you are on The Rock.
Hey, guys. With the Seahawks loss and everything that went on sports-wise, I think a really great sports story got lost in the mix, mainly because it involved a team just to our south. My Oregon State Beavers went into the LA Coliseum and beat USC for the first time since 1960.
Whoa.
Man, that sounds like a reason to go celebrate and get some Texas toast and steak bites in Oregon.
Absolutely.
Is that what it is, Steve?
Oh, yeah. Road trip.
Wow. Anything? And Oregon's doing pretty well this season so far as well. So there's another reason to go to the A-Crop, right, Steve?
Always.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. There you have it.
That's pretty huge, I guess, for if you're a Ducks fan.
Yeah. Well, right now Oregon seems to be the class of the Pac-12.
Beavers. Sorry.
Yeah.
Nah, call me anything, but don't call me a yuck.
Yeah.
My bad. Beavers, which makes more sense why we should go get those steak bites.
Yeah, there you go.
My bad.
Well, appreciate the call, Ken, because that is I can appreciate the good news. Right now it does seem like Oregon is the class of, at least of the North anyway.
The Mariners went in, the Sounders went in. It was a good sports weekend minus the Seahawks.
Really, it was.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, it really was. And it's going to be a long weekend. We'll see. The Mariners, of course, big stuff. But I mean, I feel like we got to win every game.
Yeah, I know that they lost that one game like 14-1 on was it Saturday?
Yeah.
And I was like, it was just a punch to the gut because I was feeling so good. Friday they won, and you're like, okay, man, let's keep this going. And then that gut punch made me almost want to lose hope. And then they won again yesterday. I'm like, okay, I'm back on board. I'm back on the bandwagon.
Yeah,
I'm not giving up until they're mathematically eliminated, BJ.
Yeah,
that's the spirit.
It's so tough. I mean, it really is tough because the Red Sox may have the softest schedule in baseball. They're facing two horrible teams, and they don't have to travel. Like, they're playing Baltimore, then Washington. So they're not, sometimes if you have to do a little traveling, that can fatigue a team. They literally probably have whatever the difference between where Washington plays and where the Orioles play. It's very close. So it's, and both those teams suck. So it's really hard. And the Blue Jays are playing the Yankees, and those are both teams that are ahead of the Mariners, which means
someone's got to sweep somebody.
Yeah, and even if somebody sweeps somebody, It's like you really want them both to lose, and that's the problem. Just like you wanted both the Red Sox and Yankees to lose this weekend. And
you can only pick one.
Yeah, and that's why it's so tough for the Mariners. The teams they're chasing are playing each other, and that is not good news because you need all of them to lose. But, there's still hope. I mean, things could happen, Steve, in a weird, crazy way. Maybe the Yankees and Red Sox just continue to lose, and then it'll be Toronto and the Mariners. And then the Mariners won the season series, so the Mariners would actually host a wild card game if Toronto gets in and they get in.
Now, I know this is going to come off as the ultimate beaten down Mariners fan way of thinking about things, but I'm trying, me, Mr. Glass is half full. It's like someone brought it up on Twitter, and I was like, you're absolutely right. Like, we're getting so worked up about the fact that, like, they might not be able to make it into the playoffs. This entire last, half of the season has been a lot of fun. And I think the whole about like the destination, it's the journey, not the destination. And it feels that way with the Mariners. Like, I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs, but man, oh man, it's pretty cool that we're getting to enjoy this team and the energy that they have as a young team doing so well so late into the season. It's been a while since that has happened.
It's weird you feel that way about baseball because if the Seahawks just miss the playoffs.
Oh, if they don't win the Super Bowl, I'm going to be angry.
See what I'm saying?
I know. That's what I mean. I'm a beaten down Mariners fan that we're willing to accept mediocrity or anything above mediocrity as a successful season. Yeah. And
I think we have to change the way that is because look at what the Sounders have done, look what the Storm have done, look at what the Seahawks have done. The Mariners need to do better. They have to.
Well, this is step one.
Yeah. All right. Step one is good.
Next year it's playoffs where I'm at.
Look what the Kraken did for even last night.
Kraken haven't lost since they started as a franchise.
Undefeated.
2 years now. They have yet to lose a game. And yesterday was yet another example of that.
Yeah.
Only example.
And that, dude, I have to say, I have never seen that weird face-off goal where the Canucks won the face-off and scored on themselves. I've never seen that at all. That was so fantastic.
Oh, when that Geeky scored. Yeah, that was weird, man. That was like
because Geeky never touched the puck.
There were a few goals that were scored in that game that were just like, okay, these goalies are all not 100% focused, or
no,
they're just,
not
yet. They're still getting their rust off a little bit. I mean, in all fairness, some of these, this is like, they've only practiced 3 practices. I mean, you've done off-ice training and on-ice training, not with the team, but as an actual team. The Kraken have only gotten together less than a handful of times.
Yeah, and it is preseason, obviously, so, you know how I feel about preseason, but it was still fun to watch. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better debut for the entire city to watch their team come back from a 2-goal deficit, and, you feel good about it. It would be horrible if they just got wrecked.
Well, they came out, really strong. They were looking aggressive, they were really putting all the pressure on Vancouver, but not being able to score because their goalie was playing really, really well. I mean, he's fighting for a spot on the team, and it showed. He played fantastic. And then the guy gets out of the penalty box, and it just lucky bounce, lands on his stick, and he, pretty much just walks right in and scores on Grubauer. And I'm like, of course, that's just exactly what's going to happen. This is our season. And but it was pretty awesome. Yeah. That was funny. I think it was the Vancouver Golden Knights had a funny tweet. Vancouver Golden Knights, right? That's the name of the team.
No, Vegas. Yeah, there we go.
Was it Canucks or the Golden Knights? Which one did you go there?
Vegas Golden Knights had a funny tweet basically saying you win a preseason game. It's very important. We take every game seriously. You lose a preseason game, you're like, we're working out our kinks. Not a big deal at all.
Yeah, exactly. Still, it's so fun to be in the show, man. It's fun to be in the show.
It's just fun to see all the jerseys look great with the shoulder pads on, everything about it, just the presentation of how the team looked. I was like, that was looking pretty sharp, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what their away jerseys look like with all the gear on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. It is Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Someone just texted in saying, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I saw Danny skateboarding in Enumclaw this weekend. LOL.
Wow.
Fine, he wasn't skateboarding, but I think I did see him.
I was kind of skateboarding. Just kidding. I was actually on my crutches. I forgot that I didn't take my scooter down there, actually. Yeah, I went to Enumclaw for the first time this weekend.
Oh, really?
That's awesome because Enumclaw is no longer the place known for banging horses.
It's not,
dude.
Oh, I'm not. I have a trip planned. I'm gonna have to cancel that.
I have a lot of friends that just swear by how it's now like the night, the restaurants and the bar scene is really going to a whole other level in Enumclaw.
Yeah, my girlfriend has a friend who lives in Ording, and they were like,
Ording still sucks. I'm kidding. I love the trail. Don't get mad at me.
We're gonna take you guys to downtown Enumclaw, and I was like, okay. The only thing I know about it is what we've talked about on the show,
the horse sex
which
story.
is horse. Yeah. And they're like, no, it's really cool. There's breweries and everything. So we went to that like main little strip, and sure enough, there's like 3 or 4 breweries that we went to. We went to the Rainier Bar and Grill, which was delicious. We had his clams. Oh, it was so cool.
My friend was telling me, Danny, from a real estate perspective, it is blowing up as far as how it's popular and people want to move there and still relatively affordable. And so this could be the next big area for our area is Enumclaw. Because
plus concert season comes around in the summer. No better place to live. Oh, Vicky's showing me the Rainier Bar and Grill, the clams.
The clams were delicious. I also got like some buffalo wings, and then they had actually really good drinks too. And then we went to another like brewery it was like a tap house that was like built into a house. It had like 20 beers on tap. It was
guy
called the
walking
Phil
to
House.
The bathroom. It's Phil's house.
It's Phil's house. Yeah.
Hey, nice.
It was awesome.
Yeah, dude, everyone that I've heard from several different people saying, hey, have you been to Enumclaw recently? And I'm like, the only time I'm ever in Enumclaw really is just to go to a concert at White River, which is right by there.
Yeah.
And I think the last time I've ever been in Enumclaw was like at the Yellow Beak. And like that was the only bar to go to. Now it sounds like there's like a bunch of places to go check out.
A bunch. And then they also like shut down. I don't know if they do this every weekend, but this weekend they had like that little main street like closed off. So that way they could have like patio seating. And it was just kind of like this big like block party almost. Like there was just a bunch of people hanging out, eating outside. There were a lot of kids skateboarding. And I was like, dang it, why is my leg broken? I want to skate.
So since stop talking about Enumclaw, we don't want any more people to come.
Sorry.
Too late.
Someone said try Jackson's in Enumclaw. The best steak you'll have in Enumclaw.
Wow. That was actually our
You
first
mean
choice.
the guys that sell the cookies at the convenience store?
Gas station steak is that good now?
Wow, I had no idea.
Damn,
All right.
I thought the sushi got better. But
Did they put them on the hot dog rollers? Is that why the steak tastes so good?
Dude, we were actually, it's funny you say that. We were supposed to go to Jackson's, but they were shut down due to staffing issues.
Oh.
So they're temporarily closed. But that was like
when I have an issue with my staff.
I know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry.
Let's go to David in Maple Valley. David, you are on the rock.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning, David. What you got for us, buddy?
2 words for you. It's Sue Bird. I don't know if you all saw the video. It is touching. It just broke my heart. Of all the games that happened this weekend, when the Storm lost against Phoenix, it was
that's right. They got eliminated from the playoffs. That's right. Yeah.
But what happened afterwards was really touching. So I don't know if you know about Diana Taurasi, but she and Sue went to school together.
Yeah.
They've been really close friends. They were having an interview together. The interview was asking Sue, is this going to be her last season? Sue's been year to year for a lot of years. She said, I don't know, I'm going to check it out, but people are thinking this is her last year.
Oh.
People in the stands were getting up and they were chanting, one more year, one more year. And Diana Taurasi was raising her arms, like getting them to shout it louder, even though she's not even on the team. Like, she's the team that just beat them. So if you want to treat yourself to something that's really awesome, like, take a look at that. She is the all-time assist leader in WNBA history, 5-time gold medalist in the Olympics, 4-time WNBA champion. You got to talk about the Storm if you're going to talk about the Mariners, my bud.
No, well, you brought it up. I'm looking at some of the video right now, and I got goosebumps just looking at it. First of all, the Sailstorm jerseys are sweet.
Yeah.
It shows how much I've been paying attention. But, man, yeah, I mean, I think you just have to shut down the WNBA if Sue Bird stops playing football.
It is amazing how long she's been able to be competitive. It really, really is. And Diana Taurasi's been around for a long time, obviously, because you said they went to school together, David. So the two of them, it is amazing how long they've been able to compete at the level they've competed at. And there you go. So Taurasi moves on to is it the finals that Diana's team's going on to?
No, they're going to the next round. So this was a single elimination games. And Steve, Sue Bird, she's a New Yorker with you as well. So
yeah.
I mean, show love, dude. That's all.
There you go. Well, thanks for the info, David, because we didn't. You're absolutely right. I mean,
we're willing to give you airtime and give some love to the Storm. Don't like shame us because we didn't talk enough about the Storm. Like at that point, just chill the F out.
No worries, dude. No worries, my friend.
All right. I was going to say, okay, she's from New York. There's a lot of people from New York. What do you want?
Yeah, there you go. Well.
So we admittedly say we're not big Seattle Storm fans. I'm not crapping on the team. None of us are.
It's it's definitely a tough thing for the Storm to get respect because they've had an amazing run. They really, really have. But I would argue that it's one of those things where, if you're not one of the traditional sports, I think soccer has the same issue. Though it feels like soccer has been able to get a little even more acclaim than the Storm. But I can understand why there's a chip on the shoulder of Storm fans because they've had a great product on the court for so long here, and it hasn't gotten a lot of love, at least from. Sure. Mainstream outlets. I know, I don't know how many sports stations really give the Storm a whole lot of love. I every time I'm listening to sports, I don't hear anything about the Storm either. I just hear them talk about football or whatever. But yeah, they deserve it, no doubt about it, and that's why we took the call, David. We don't talk a lot
Danny
about it.
Danny said not to take the call. He was very mad that we were gone.
I was really, He's
like, I want to talk more about Enumclaw.
Exactly.
Right, enough. We're clearly pissing off people in Enumclaw the more we talk about it.
Hell, we even took a call about Oregon State, and that probably was a bad move. I will own up to that. It is Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. If you want to shame us about not talking about whatever the hell it is you want to talk about, then we have a whole segment to let you talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Do it.
Damn it, Steve. These people. More of your calls, more of your texts. We'll take those at 9:36 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
I got a tweet from Dave that said, hey, it was so great to see the Kraken play last night. My wife and I rocked our new gear, and it's fun to get back into hockey again. Plus, it was awesome seeing you talk about the goalie tryouts. Hashtag Go Kraken.
Yeah, it was really fun. You were on the TV last night in the pregame show. I
know, dude. That was awesome. They Root Sports, they were there at the emergency backup goalie tryouts, or as they call it, the e-bug. And they were watching all of us play, and they interviewed all of us and did a nice little piece during the pregame where a bunch of us that tried out for the goalie spot were featured on Root Sports. And one texter even said, Migs, it was awesome seeing you give your wife a hard time on the Kraken pregame special. That made my night. Go Kraken. And I think we grabbed the audio. I think I sent, if Red's got it.
I got it.
So we have the audio of, it's Ross Fletcher, which is cool. Like, he used to be the guy that did the stuff with the Sounders, and he's now part of the Kraken crew on Root Sports, and he's setting up the whole piece about the emergency backup goalie tryouts.
Well, earlier this week, the Kraken held open tryouts for that position, offering an amateur that once-in-a-million shot at the big time.
Hi, I'm Steve Miggs, and I work at 99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
What would it mean to have that shot that maybe to come true?
It would convince my wife to go to a game and watch me play hockey. She said, I'll finally watch you play hockey if that happens. I'm like, okay, it takes me playing in the pros for you to come and watch me play. Cool. It'd be insane.
Cool.
Cool. It'd be insane. Go Kraken.
Thanks, honey. And by the way, you're welcome to come to my divorce, which is happening next week.
This is happening right around dinner time. So we would stopped eating dinner, turned around from the little the bar stools at our kitchen table, or our the kitchen table, turned around, and that's what the part of my interview that they played was the part where I goof on my wife, and she just looked at me, but she was like, yeah, actually, it's true, though. I'm not coming to one of your games until you actually... Because she tried to come once to one of my beer league games, and the other team didn't show up. So we just scrimmaged with, the players that were... they didn't have enough players to have a game. So we just, got beers on the ice and just drank and played hockey, and she watched that and said, I'm never coming to another one of you, because my drunk teammate Josh wanted to hang out and have a heart-to-heart talk with her about hockey.
Oh, boy.
This is 10 o'clock at night. It's just she's like, why am I here? I'm never coming to one of your games again.
Good call.
So Kraken, if you want my wife to see me play hockey, you need to sign me. And then 3 of your goalies need to not be able to play a game. So that I can be a part of the team.
And then please don't have any of the Kraken players have a heart-to-heart talk with her about anything. A lot of things need to happen for her to really consistently watch her play.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if Morgan Geeky wants to have a chat with her, that's fine. He's scoring goals.
Okay?
It's cool.
Right.
Yeah, Geeky.
He's scoring goals without even touching the puck. That kid's amazing.
So a few people once again messaged saying BJ needs to get a Geeky jersey.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I was watching him last night.
Geeky Nation, baby.
He's so close to that magic number too.
67. He's 2 away.
He's so close.
You use a little duct tape on that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But it's exciting. It's no doubt about it. It was exciting. A great first game to watch them, even though it's preseason and, they were playing against not really the Canucks they'll probably see in real life. But
right, but we're also a team of no chemistry that's trying to build chemistry. So there's a lot. You could have had an argument if they didn't do well, why they didn't do well. And the fact that they did do well was pretty awesome. And I do love that some people are calling, including the Kraken, the Geek Squad.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's the geek. Yeah, the line he's on could definitely be the Geek Squad. Yeah,
that'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? It's just cool to to really just see like Seattle hockey. I mean, my brain was like, wow, this is a Seattle NHL team, and it's real now. I mean, it's just real when you see them on the ice. Then you go, okay, I've seen that Canucks uniform forever. Here they are skating with, a Seattle team is skating with the big boys. I'm only used to seeing the silver tips of the Thunderbirds. So it's just wow.
And the jerseys look so awesome on the ice.
Yeah, they do.
Like the blue, just that bright blue or that light, whatever it is, the blue, the sea blue or whatever they're calling it. I don't even know. The powdery blue, it just pops on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on TV, it is so dark, Steve. It almost, it's really so close to black, that jersey, that I feel like Steve should be happy enough. I think he should be happy enough. It looks like it's black.
It's good enough. If I have put my contrast enough on my television, it can be black. Wow. Yeah. Looks for every game, I turn their jerseys black.
That's it. It is Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Someone texted in, hey, guys, I went to El Corazon to see that guy Darren and his band play out based on your suggestion. First of all, their band is awesome, which is pretty damn cool. And also, it was really cool to see him rocking the throne. Yeah. The band's called Greyhawk. And we talked to Darren Wall, who's the guy who stopped a shooter in a scary shooter situation that could have happened in a club in Idaho when his band was playing. He tackled a guy, got shot in the leg. Probably, I'd say definitely saved some people's lives. And yep, he was at El Corazon rocking the Dave Grohl throne on stage because he told us on the air how Dave Grohl caught wind of the story and sent him the throne that Dave sat on when he broke his leg.
That is so awesome.
Darren, during Greyhawk's performance, was rocking with the throne, man. It was awesome to see.
Yeah. That looks so amazing, and the whole story, how it happened, where everybody tweeted, including Dee Snider tweeted at Dave Grohl and said, "Hey, you got to make this happen." And then Dave telling the real touching story that he told about Dimebag. It's all just so. What a wonderful circle of all this. And I mean, really, wow, a very, very brave dude to go out there and stop something horrific from happening, literally taking a bullet to do it.
And brave to go back on stage again. Yeah. I mean, that's a scary thing. Granted, it didn't happen while they were on stage, but it was at a club. I mean, I'd be very apprehensive about, some people were scared to go to movie theaters because of certain things that have happened. I would totally understand if he was just like, guys, I don't want to go back to being in a club for some time being. And that wasn't the case at all with Darren. He's an awesome dude, and his story is just incredible, and I'm so glad he's still around.
If you want to see the picture, it's also our buddy Kevin Deers went and he posted pictures on the KSW Instagram page.
Nice.
Very, very cool. It is Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
All right, someone said Biggs. PJ and Miggs. Or Biggs for short. Hey, Biggs. Hot topic question. Does the Pacific Northwest have its own style of pizza like Chicago or New York? If so, what's it called? From Brecken Olympia.
Ooh.
It's called Mod Pizza.
Well,
Isn't that where it's from?
They were the first Build-A-Bear, when it comes to pizza, yeah. I mean, who basically...
I didn't know Mod Pizza was from around here.
I thought it started here in Washington.
You're absolutely right.
Founded in Seattle.
Yeah, it's a local company. I mean, there was a Mod Pizza in Bellevue forever. I remember, and I remember going there all the time in my early days here in Seattle. And then what I didn't know is they blew up to be a franchise that was everywhere else. That I didn't know. I thought, really? They're all over the place? Mod Pizza is, that's arguably... I mean, the way you can build your own pizza, is that a kind of pizza? I feel like it is, Steve.
It's a thinner crust. I'd say our pizza is, we're not New Mexico Dion's pizza.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, okay. We're not crap.
So what do we need, like a pizza with cream cheese on it?
Yeah,
kind of like a Seattle hot dog?
Well, and I feel like the difference between kinds of pizza is the way that the crust is and the way that they bake it. The Detroit style pizza, that one is the one where the sauce is on top.
I like Detroit style pizza a lot.
Yeah, it's super good.
Yeah.
And then like Chicago is deep dish, whereas like Mod is amazing, but it's more just like a wood burned pizza, which is everywhere.
Should we take a little bit of everything Seattle has and put it into a pizza? Because I know we have like that sourdough bread place on the waterfront, and then we have Beecher's cheese. I think it just needs to be a mix of all of the like little things that Seattle is known for.
So we need to figure out, somebody needs to make the Seattle pie, but it has to be something that like a bunch of, like, it can't just be like one fancy pants restaurant. Like, it needs to be available at all, like
everywhere,
all the chains. Like, it has to be like something that's universally okay to be sold by everybody.
Agreed.
I don't know who you could even talk to find out who started putting like really fancy and wild stuff on pizza. You know what I mean? Like the Serious Pie style where I remember when I went to Serious Pie for the first time. I can't think
Douglas.
I don't remember having all that cool stuff on a pizza before the way Tom Douglas had it, and I'm wondering who started doing that.
I didn't mean to sound so like I'm not
Tom Douglas.
I'm not mad at him.
What has he ever done to you? Tom's ever your fist at all he's ever done is giving you great restaurants to have great food in.
Tom is the reason why we have the Brave Horse Tavern, which is one of my absolute favorite places to go eat. So no, I have no issues with Tom Douglas. I don't know why he came out so negative. Tom Douglas.
I bet Tom would know. Tom Douglas would know, like, or at least he could tell us what makes a Seattle pizza. He might be able to tell us. But I don't know who started doing that, but that's definitely a style of pizza. Just putting all this stuff on there that normally doesn't go on a pizza, like pesto sauce and no tomato sauce. Who started doing stuff like that? Because that could be considered whatever place pizza.
Yeah. People that are trying too hard, if you ask me.
Oh, look at you. You are saying no. You are saying no to that, mister. Give me the pepperoni and cheese, and I fold it in half New York style.
I'm not always that. Dude, I had a buffalo chicken pizza over the weekend. That was amazing. It was like, instead of a sauce, I used buffalo hot sauce as the base.
So why is pesto bad? If you don't mind a different sauce than marinara, why are you taking a shot at pesto?
I don't know, because you said it. That's all. No other good reason.
All right, well, you know what I mean. That is consistent.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know what the place was called. It was like a Greek restaurant that also had pizza.
Well, I've had, and in Massachusetts, we had a lot of Greek pizza places, and they have their own style of pizza too. It's very cheesy, hardly any sauce. It's just massively, like, just tons of mozzarella.
Giorgio's Greek Cafe in Puyallup.
Sounds delicious.
Dude, their pizza was phenomenal.
Nice.
All right, well, we figured it out. Actually, we figured it out.
That should be their slogan, Giorgio's. Eat it.
Yeah. All right, we have a question that needs to be answered, people. What do Ryan Castle and chicken fingers have in common? You know I'm going to tell you. I'll do that at 9:51 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and chicken fingers have in common?
Fried.
Yeah, you are.
Truth.
Yeah, also goes great with tots.
Or as one texter says, both taste better covered in ranch.
Okay.
I like better, yeah. I like that much better. Yeah. Hey, earlier this month, another great success story about this guy named Matt. He's 37, got arrested for breaking into a car in Alabama near Birmingham, and he was released on bond on the same day. Then less than 2 hours later, he broke into another car and stole it. There you go. There's a straight shooter with management potential.
Dude really needed a ride.
5 days later, he broke into the concession stand at a big athletic complex, took a bunch of snacks.
This guy.
And then the next morning after that, police found him passed out on a pile of candy, chips, chicken fingers, and meth. Here we go. There we go.
I'm sure the meth is unrelated to any of this.
Yeah, you're right.
He looks like he was hungry.
He looks like Tommy Lee.
He looks like Brandon. Is it Brandon's picture? Who's the cracker that's got that picture with that expression on his face?
Where he saw a ghost, Brandon Tanev, yeah.
Yeah, he really did. Yeah. Ryan Castle, he saw no ghosts, but he did see a 12-pack, and he's bringing it your way.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
You don't even think there's a single person's underwear that I would want to own.
Really?
I never thought I'd say that sentence out loud.
Not even an adult star, maybe somewhere.
No. Okay. That's never been like the thing. Like, I need their underwear. Like,
especially in that voice. I'm glad it's not a thing. I think we'd have to have you arrested.
I don't know how else to say it. I need their underwear.
You sound so refined.
Yes.
Excuse me, Mr. Jordan. What? I need your underwear.
Your underwear. Give it to me. Now.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Well, bankruptcy costs, of course, vary depending on what type of case you're filing. There's a certain amount of court costs and other out-of-pocket costs that you're going to have in any case. The filing fees in a bankruptcy case are about $300, whether you file Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. One of the things to watch out for when you're shopping for bankruptcy attorneys or looking at the different cost options is that a lot of times, especially the really cheap places, don't tell you up front about all the court costs and whatnot that you're going to have to pay in addition to the attorney fees. So make sure that you get the full picture when you're comparing prices of bankruptcy lawyers on what the attorney fees are, how much your court costs are going to be, so that you can really make a true comparison.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Kickstart summer at Lowe's with Memorial Day savings on major appliances like the smart Whirlpool top-load washer featuring the 2-in-1 removable agitator in a color you'll only find at Lowe's. Take it out for bulky items, leave it in for a more thorough clean. You can customize any load, plus skip steps with the Load and Go dispenser. Simply add detergent once and skip the refills. Memorial Day savings start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.